music at? Okay, so we ain't got no music. My bad. I thought y'all was about to hear some music, but that's all right. Welcome back to another.
You can sing it. Go ahead and sing it.
Because you know I know every word.
Well, sing it then. You do your part, Keona. You do your part.
You got your part?
I don't know every word.
You don't know your song.
I can just say spoken with purpose.
Okay, well, Tonya, go ahead and do your part. And you hit that.
Fuck that. Welcome back to another live with Spoken with Purpose. Y'all already know we talk about any and everything on this show.
Yeah.
So y'all know who I is. I am Tonya, a.k.a. Two Back Baby.
And I am your host, Keona, a.k.a. KB.
Baby.
Baby.
And I'm your girl, Monique, better known as Monique. To the left of me, we have a guest with us tonight for this blazing hot topic.
Not blazing.
It's blazing.
So with us, joining us tonight, we have Eddie.
What's going on, Eddie?
What's happening?
You don't got no nickname?
Yeah.
A.K.A. what?
That's all I ever know.
Baby.
You talking about, Eddie.
I ain't know if it was a nickname.
No.
I be saying EB. I don't know.
Oh, they call it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it's name. That's what his social media page said.
What they call you, Big Ed and what?
That's about
Little
it.
Ed.
Yeah. No, they do actually do that on
Yeah.
my daddy. How come my dad a big head over there?
Yeah.
So,
Well, that makes sense.
All right, well, we thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank
We're
you.
great.
appreciate y'all for having me.
They say you going all the way on to the top for being on SWP.
I hope so. Anything can help, you know.
I'm all the way up.
That was
Nothing
Ace
can
with that
stop
slick.
me. I'm all the
slick
way
stuff.
up. All right, well, Keona, give him the topic, man, so we can chat.
Okay. So our topic tonight is Watch Your Mouth, I'm Not Your Friend. And the subtitle is Can You Parent and Be Your Child's Friend at the Same Time?
So what you mean, watch your mouth? I'm not your friend.
You know that's what we be saying to them children. You watch your darn mouth, because I'm not your darn friend.
You ain't never
Who the
heard.
heck you think I am?
You ain't never. Your parent, your mom ain't
Talking
never
about
told
where
you
they
that.
come from.
No, because I ain't never came out my mouth wrong to my mama.
Oh.
I
You ain't
already
never had to
knew.
tell your children that?
You
Yeah, I had to
established
tell
one.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it come from, because my mama ain't had to tell me that either.
Well, my mom did have to tell me, watch your mouth, I'm not your friend.
What you said?
I don't know. I don't remember, but she
Friendly
just
shit.
unfriendly stuff.
What's
But
friendly shit?
unfriendly stuff. Evidently, it wasn't something that was friendly. But she would say that, and it could have been anything. It could have been my tone. You know, it wasn't necessarily something that I said that was disrespectful. It just could have been my tone, and I said it in the wrong tone. And she, watch your mouth.
Yeah,
Don't raise your voice.
I couldn't be in the room too long. My mama, like, she ain't play. She
Get
I'm
up
talking
outta
about-
here.
Yeah, I might have sat there for a second, but after I said the wrong thing, which I normally do,
Right.
it ends up,
What's
shit.
the
I'm
wrong
gonna
thing that you normally
Man,
say?
my mama didn't play. She just didn't, my mama whooped me for losing socks. So, like,
Losing
Yeah.
socks.
well, you bet your grandma how everybody
Oh,
at, and
yeah.
I'm to this day, I ain't gonna lie,
Irresponsible.
exactly.
Yeah.
Take my clothes out there, leave it where it's at, so she come to get
Don't they
my
do y'all
clothes.
like
It ain't to be found, and shoot, hey, you better find them.
Okay.
Where this
You
ass
know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Bet
she
you don't get
did
no more
that
socks.
with other stuff. So if I overstepped that boundary when I got too comfortable, which, like I said, I normally do, and she checked me. That's all it was. So that's why I say I couldn't stay down there too long, because I ain't no need of me staying there, because I'm gonna say something else dumb.
Right.
So I knew my place. Let me get up out of there.
Yeah, my mama used to say, get out of grown folk mouth.
All the time.
We knew not to come out the door. Don't even come out there and be like, hey, can I get something to, the kids these days be like, can I get something to drink?
No, the kids these days just sit around with the grown
Well,
people.
you might be right about that, too.
Well, let's set a foundation. And I'm saying let's set a foundation because we talking about, the kids and everything that's going on now. So I'm just wanting to go into how many, kids we actually have, the ages and stuff. So everybody know,
Why
what.
you trying to tell people my age? Just playing with your kids.
I was like, what? I didn't even hear what you said. So I'm like, what? But, yeah, how many kids do you have in their ages?
3 children. I got a 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, and a 19-year-old.
And I have two. I have 15 and 11.
How you forget them too?
Because their birthdays are coming up. in November, I was going to say that what they're going to be, but I just went ahead and said what they are now. They'll be 16 and 12.
15 and a half.
15 and a half. Yeah, they 15 and a half and 11 and a half.
13 months. They 13 months. Bitch, they won.
Well, I got enough. I got grown kids and I got little kids and I got the little baby.
I got three. I got 3, 10, 11, and 14, but 11 and 11 finna be 12 and the 14 finna be 15.
See, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So they 11 and a half and 14 and a half.
October and September.
Right,
So
that's what I'm saying.
I
They
went
about
until
there.
they were 15 and 13.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
about there.
Okay. So you
Mo
got
just ain't
15
gonna give her
and
children
she ain't gonna
age.
give her cheering age.
Grown, teenage,
And babies.
And babies.
adolescent,
And a baby.
toddler. So I got all age groups. So
Slow, I can't with you.
Okay.
You gonna stop?
look,
Okay, so
stop.
okay.
Go.
Go. So what comes to your mind when you hear the words being your child friend? Like,
What come to my mind
yeah.
is like you clubbing with your kid. Like y'all real deal. You can sit around and cuss, and you can be loose with your parent. Like you can be loose with your homegirls or your homeboys. That's what comes to my mind. That ain't what I think it is, but that's what comes to my mind when people think of a parent being a friend with a kid. But it's not what I think.
And I think the same thing. And I think people have different perception. That's why, I asked the question, what comes to your mind? Because everybody doesn't have the same perception as far as a friend. But I do, when I think of a parent being a friend, I think of, your buddy, somebody you confiding in, somebody you, hanging out with that can, be just loose with you, do whatever they want to do. That's what I think of when I hear being friends with your kid.
What about you, Eddie?
Same thing. I ain't gonna lie. I do feel like some people, when they say friends with their kids, it's like,
No boundaries.
yeah, no boundary. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be able to do. They ain't gonna be able to dictate
Who's the
the
parent
child
of the child?
actually.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to dictate that I'm talking to my actual parent.
Right.
So yeah, ain't no boundaries, ain't nothing. I could tell you I can do anything you want, and then that come to slap them back in the face. So
Yeah.
so that's just me though.
Yeah.
So what do you have, girls, boys?
I got 2 girls and a boy. My 2 oldest is girls, and my youngest is a boy. So they kind of like when I go through that. Like my kids, I mean, they kind of like they're my best friends at the same time. But it's important to establish that parent. You know what I'm saying? I have to, because my oldest one is like a spitting image of me. Like I was just telling you, my mouth got me in trouble. That's the same thing with her.
Right.
So I'm talking about like I have to bring that down a notch.
Right.
Because we'll sit there and like we'll go at it. It'd be just certain little things, nothing major.
Right.
But when it come down to, I think she don't know, like when it get to a point, because she got an attitude like me or whatever, I have to check her. You know what I'm saying? I have to let
Bring
her know.
her back to reality.
Exactly.
I ain't your friend, girl.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, because at the end of the day, if you sitting back and you trying to be friends with your child, I mean, basically, like who you let your child run the show? If they guiding you, what I mean, you gonna let your child take you to where you need to go? They don't know where they're going at. All they doing is just ride. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
If you let them lead the way, to me, y'all gonna end up in something that you knew from beginning that wasn't gonna work.
Right. Right.
You know, they don't know no better. They don't know about this. They don't know about a lot of stuff. You know,
Absolutely.
they don't know about what you going through and what's ahead. So, to like I said, that's why it's important to kind of get that ground. Like I'm the parent. I say this. I'm not telling you something just to be a parent at you. I'm guiding you.
Yeah.
I done been here
I'm telling
before.
you something
Yeah, exactly.
for your own good,
Yeah,
kind of
I
like what your mama used to
Yeah,
tell you.
exactly. I
So
ain't
now
telling
you
you to-
find yourself saying the same thing to your
Exactly.
kids.
And I find it out. I ain't telling you to run into the wall just because I could tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they
I'm gonna
think,
tell you
though.
to stop. Exactly. So.
I say, man, you think I'm just talking to be talking?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get punched. That's what I
Right,
say.
right.
Just saying, that's me though.
Yeah, see, with my girl, I ain't got to do nothing but yell. I ain't never had to whoop them, really. So, that's a good thing.
Do you think that you're closer with your girls than your son? You think
Oh,
that they
no.
think that you're more of a friend?
Each one of them got their own little individual, like, relationship with me. With my son, he asks me everything. Like, I'm a Marvel nut. Like, I like comic books. So, he'll ask me, damn, you know what I'm saying, about that. He gonna ask me everything. My oldest one, she does the same thing. So, each one of them had their own their own relationship with me. But like my oldest will get into it. Like I might just say, "What up?" You know what I'm saying? What's going on? She tell me the sky. So we get into a little debate off of that. But it get to cause she just when I tell her, "You're not smart." You know, she try to she like she got all honors classes. She got all this other stuff. So she testing the water, and I have to let each one of them know. I mean, regardless of what you doing, I done been there. I know what it is.
Right.
So yeah, we get into that, and I have to, like I say, I have to tone it down, and I have to be that parent. It'd be times where I just tell them no, just cause when they so used to me telling them yeah, because I know I'm one of the reasons why they be in the position they was, because at one point, like when people trying to be friends with their kids, that's just the method of trying not to really have to parent. To me, you see what I'm saying? If you keep, you can do it, you can do all this stuff here, it's just because you don't want to you don't want to look like the bad guy.
Well, I was going to ask that question. I was going to say
I disagree with that.
Because I was going to say why would you want to be friends with your kids? And I think a lot of times that they do want to have like an open forum for their kids so that they can be comfortable with coming to them. And then I also have two. I also think that it's just, some of them just want to be, cool. You know what I'm saying? That cool parent. You know what I'm saying? That one that, you know what I'm saying? You can come to my house and chill and everybody can come to you know what I'm saying? Just want to be that cool parent. But I think it's two reasons, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and maybe y'all have something else, but those are the two reasons I have,
As far as them
wanting to be
I'm also
a
speaking
friend
on
to a
people
child.
that I'm not saying, because to me, when it comes to mine, I'm going to talk about an actual parent, and then I'm going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, somebody that just there, because like everybody, you got a lot of, from my point of view, like I catch it a lot speaking on this term, because when you got a lot of women that have their children with them, but to me, just because you got them with them, you ain't a parent.
Right, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but that's what it is, and a lot of them think just because I do this, I do that, or whatever, or like I say, that's a method to them, to where like if I don't tell them no, I'm being a good parent. That's just me. Like I say, that's just me on certain individuals. I'm not gonna say every one of them, but I see a lot of that going on.
So that no is like a disciplinary action. So you're saying if they don't say no in a disciplinary action format, then that's
to me, like if you ain't scared to just sit back, it could be something that don't even call for it. But if you just sit back and just say no just for the heck of it, you already gonna look like the bad guy to them. So there's a lot of parents don't want to feel that. That's
right.
Like I've seen that. Like they don't want to sit back and say, okay, I'm like the kid. My kid told me, like, put it this way, say for instance, my child, I got my kids for the summer. I get them every summer.
Right.
My middle daughter, she's the social butterfly. She like to go hang out. She like to go do everything or whatever. But she don't like to come my way a lot because I'm going to tell her to sit down. She want to be at this house, that house, all this stuff here, which is you know what I'm saying? Nothing too wrong, but that's just how it is. So when she came this summer, she always try to have this method where she try to get back home. Because that's where, you know what I'm saying?
she had more freedom at.
Yeah, because in the neighborhood, as far as like where she
right.
stay at, she got a lot more friends. But then it was just like to the point, I didn't care. I came and got them. Hey, no, I don't care what you got going on. You finna sit here. She didn't, I'm talking about, she was mad. She was mad as I don't know what. And guess what? I walked past like I ain't here. Like I ain't even see it. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was going to be to the point like she literally, takes her mama all this other stuff to try to make it look like she in a dungeon or something. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't care. Yeah, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So I had
that's the fine line between that parenting and being a friend. Because look, it's one thing for me to tell you that you can go, but you do have to set some boundaries. No, you gonna sit down today. So the kids don't like that, especially when you done been a friend, and then now it's time to parent. That means sit down and shut up. And I meant what I said.
Exactly.
And I think it's confusing to them. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when you're trying to be their friend and then also being an authority figure, it becomes a little bit confusing to them. And they gonna test the waters, like you said. They gonna test you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it become confusing. I think once you set because at the end of the day, you setting the tone. If you have a friendship with your kids, Well, for me, I have a friendship with my kids. I'm friends and the parents.
I'm saying now, but they're grown. But I'm talking about back then. You had that same friendship, the same friendship you have now with them.
First of all, I've always had this saying with my kids: you ain't got no friends. Ain't nobody your friend but me. So that's always what I have said to my kids. If you ain't one, I'm gonna tell you that. So when they come home, they be like, "Yeah, my best friend. Didn't I tell you you ain't got no darn friends? I'm your only friend." Is what I tell my kids. So. I'm just saying that's me and my kids thing. I've always said that with them growing up. That I wasn't being serious. That they can't have no other friends, but I am your friend. I'm serious about that. And we've always had an open relationship where they can come to me about anything. Now that don't mean they're gonna come to you all the time about any and everything, but I have to leave that open. But there's also a tone that's set with me. Because I'm your parent, I'm your mama. Don't play with me. Don't talk to me like that. Who you think I am? Like when that with the WF used to come out. What the? Yeah. I remember the first time they said that I thought I was gonna kill one of them kids. What did you just say? Your mom was cuss. Yeah. What you talking about? What the fuck? I think they probably like 12. What they were saying? WF?
No.
What the?
Oh, what the?
In the sentence, you might as well have said the full cuss word. So I used to really tick me off because I probably was just now getting, because I used to never cuss in front of my kids, never drank in front of my kids, nothing. Straight church, all of that. And we ain't gonna get into all those details, but it's both sides of the spectrum. I done did both of them. So, but I think that they understand that tone. They know I ain't nothing to play with. Go ahead on. I'm not your kid. I'm not your friend, bro. I'm your friend, but I'm not that friend. You ain't gonna talk to me like how you gonna talk to Dre's. You ain't finna talk to me like how you talk to your homegirl. Nah, bro, we ain't that loose.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, you do have to, set that tone to where. Because you can place a fear in them to where they are scared of you, and then you can place a fear in them, which is a reverence kind of fear, to where they respect you. You know what I'm saying? And they will still come to you.
But see, my kids getting grown now, because now they feel like they want you to respect them as a grown person. And to be honest, it's a bit difficult because parenting is you got power. That's a position of power, and we use it to our advantage. We ain't gonna act like we ain't always just using just because we can. So we can be a little selfish, but I listen to my kids, and I realize that they are grown people. So, I have to, I ain't gonna say I have to, but I've decided for me as a parent to respect them as adults. Yeah. It's a fine line between it, but you know what I'm saying? I respect my kids as adults.
I was gonna speak on to that about that fear part because that was my role. Like with most dads that actually we play that role to I'm gonna call you daddy, and we have to get to that fear. I had to learn that I can't use that every time.
Yeah, but it's automatic. You don't have to use it. It's automatic. I've seen it automatically. For whatever reason, these kids fear. Yeah. You guys, it's a difference.
The male figure, what I'm saying is to the point where, from a dad's point of view, you don't want that.
Yeah, but
you don't want that. Cause like my son, he get to the point. I'm noticing like. He get, he having a little twitch type of, you know what I'm saying?
A twitch?
So, not like that. Well, I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
I ain't gonna lie, because when he started doing his lips,
that's what I
but that come from me, like I said, I didn't hold no punches with him, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I knock his feet up from under you. You know what I'm
saying? Wait. Let me make sure that I heard this right. What you trying to say? Like he acted it was a feminine character? What? Which I'm lost.
I'm saying like kind of get nervous. No. I'm saying like when I say
when my son just say, "Hey, boo," don't say that no more. Boo. Don't say.
No.
Or Scooby Doo on you, stupid jump like that. Don't.
What I'm saying is when I start talking, you could see the nervousness in him.
Oh, I got
you. That's what I'm talking.
He was nervous.
Twitch like that. His mouth,
you can tell he has something that goes on when you go to talk. Yeah, you notice.
He already you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's
nervous.
So my thing is like I started talking to him though. I yell, I go overboard at times, but I'm teaching them, I'm letting them know, I'm holding them accountable for stuff.
Right.
Like if I sit back and, now should you, do this, you just messed up at school. Now, do you feel right? Do you feel like you're supposed to do this? So as a parent, I'm learning that every day too. Every year, every summer that I get more and more into it. It's like we have to, because that fear thing, I was always there. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you already know I'm going to tell you to tell up. That's plain and simple, but you don't want that fear completely, because then now they ain't keeping it real with you all the way around the board.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I've gotten better with, because like I say, my kids will start asking me questions.
Yeah.
And I tell them that. You know what I'm saying? So it's I mean,
it's hard because I used to use that to my advantage. Like when my kids, when I used to have that moments where, like, they don't want to listen, kind of. Like, you got to repeat yourself. I ain't going to say don't want to listen, but you got to repeat yourself. Yeah. I used to be like, Timmy, you need to get your behind there and go tell them, because you use that male filter.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I realized that I done used it so much, and it worked, don't get it wrong. But now that the kids are grown, they don't even be wanting to ask them. Because it's like that. They
fear. It's more
like
of a
they're
fear.
more comfortable with talking. Yeah, but I
That's
realized that you got, unfortunately, you realize it after the fact. I wish we would have known it ahead of the time, because it's not that easy for them to go to him. They don't even initially go to him. I got to be like, no, go ask your daddy.
Yeah, but
I don't want to ask dad. No,
so
you going to ask dad. Then I got to back up.
They so scared that something going to go on, something that's going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just going to be the, you know, no, don't sit
they already know what
don't
you're
never
going to
ask
say.
me that. Yeah. So I've been calming that kind of lately, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to my kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Bringing it down.
I learned on the back end, because them jokers, I'm telling you, like, it's difficult. Like, I'd be like, stop asking me, bro. I'm tired. Like, I need you to ask your daddy to do something. But they don't want to do it.
So do you think it's okay to be your kid's friend?
I'm going to say, I don't think as though it's okay to, you got to draw that line though. Just like you were saying, you knew what it was with your parents. You knew how far to take it. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, a lot of these kids, they overstep that. Like I say, they test that button, because there's so many people out there that you got kids that don't have that parent.
Right.
Which is true on both ends. You know what I'm saying? You might have a mother, not that she trying not to be a parent, but she got to do everything because you know what I'm saying, she didn't get no help. Mm-hmm. So she got to work.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to grasp that. So with that, to me, I'm saying, like, I don't look to be no friend to my kids. They're going to respect me. Everything else is like, at the end of the day, I'm still learning as a parent. That's what a lot of people do, because you got some people that only thing they do is discipline their children. They don't do nothing. They don't reward them. They don't do nothing else. They don't take them. They don't do nothing else other than, I'm a parent, so if I just said don't eat that fruit roll up,
don't eat it.
Just because. Ain't got no reason for it. Ain't gonna save your teeth, you know what I'm saying? It's 10 o'clock in the morning, don't eat it. I'm just telling you that's
I can't stand that when people just say no and don't explain
why.
I think that friend thing I don't think it's friends when it comes to that point, because once you get that respect level, they start just coming and being on there. So, I mean, to me, no, I don't think it's a good thing to try to be friends with your children.
What's your opinion, Mo?
Well, I'm kind of like on both sides of the fence, because when I was coming up, like, you know, our parents drew a line in the sand and we didn't cross it. Like, we had fear. Yeah.
That's it.
We had fear. They said this what it was, and there wasn't no testing it, no nothing.
Ain't no questioning it, nothing.
So, I think when I had my first child, I was so hell-bent on trying to prove to my mama that this is how you're supposed to parent. This is how you're supposed to be. You know, this is the relationship that me and you should have had.
Yeah.
Because me and my mom at that time didn't have a good relationship. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to. It was really like I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you how mama's supposed to be and how a mother and daughter relationship is supposed to be. So I had a friendship with my oldest daughter. And like you said at the beginning, that shit backfired on me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And couldn't nobody tell me that then, because I'm trying to show my mama that this is how you supposed to be.
Yeah.
Everybody envied our relationship. Everybody.
Yeah.
Like, was like, God, I wish I could have a daughter. And, you know, I wish I could be that close to my daughter. But it backfired. And now I know with my teenage daughter, I know what lines to draw a line. I know not to let this happen. I know not to, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to confide in her. I used to like, it was a lot of, I never hid anything from her. And then that became a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit was thrown back up in my face of the shit that I confided in her. You know what I'm saying? But, and now that whole situation is just dead. So I really don't think it's a good idea to be your kid's friend. I really think that you should draw a line. They should respect you. you should have an open relationship, but there's a difference between being
a
friend
and an open relationship. I was just gonna say that it's an open relationship. It's letting them know that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? To come to me and talk to me. Just letting them know why I said no, why I said yes. You can go. You know what I'm saying? Explaining things. We didn't get no explanation. It was just no.
No, exactly. You didn't get.
So I took that.
I ain't get no no's.
I got a lot of no's, and I got a lot of no's.
I know you got a lot of no's.
But at the end of the day, I didn't get a reason why those no's was told to me. So I took that from my parents, from my mother's.
It was just because I'm the mama.
I'm the mama, and
I knew the no.
Yeah.
I knew why. I knew why she got a no, because I didn't get no's. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be honest, because we was really just able to do whatever we wanted to do. Me and my sisters, we set our own boundaries, to be honest with you. And it wasn't so.
With that being the case, do you think you and your mom was friends?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question.
Because you set your own boundaries.
I honestly don't know, because I can talk to my mom about any and everything. Do I talk to her about any and everything? Or did I?
Or did she talk to you about any and everything? Did y'all have that type of friendship? Or did she just let y'all do what y'all want to do? Because there's a difference.
No, it wasn't so much that she let us do what she wanted to do. She just had kids that wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? We fought, don't get it wrong. So she didn't really have to do much. Like I said, she didn't need to tell us no, because it's like you already know that your kids ain't gonna go but so far, is what I'm saying. And then my mama had her own issues. So my mama was a perfect parent till we got about 15. My mama made up in her mind, nigga, it's my time to live. So once we got to that point, well, first of all, me and my sisters always been real close. So we always been kind of mothers and sisters to each other. Right. So once my mama kind of checked about 80% out, we already knew that we had to set boundaries for ourselves. We knew what we didn't want to be like. We seen other people that we wanted to be like, and thank God he was able to allow us to set some boundaries for ourselves. So I don't know what to say about that relationship.
Let me clarify, because I didn't get to finish with the story that I was saying about me and my mom. When I was coming up, we didn't have, that relationship. But it wasn't until I started going through the same things that I took her through with my kids that I ran back to her crying and begging her to forgive me for all the shit that I took her through. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now we have a perfect relationship with each other.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. And that's why I'm grateful for the experiences, because, we view so many things as bad. Yeah, and this is only my perspective. I'm not trying to impose, but I'm so grateful for even the things that I consider bad, because it's always yet a lesson in it. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even the things that I used to hark on my mom, I used to want my mom to explain certain things that she did as a kid, because it affected me throughout my life. And I used to be like, I just want to know. That's all I wanted. It wasn't that I didn't like her and didn't love her and hadn't forgiven her. I just wanted to know why. Because some of the same stuff was reoccurring in my life. So I wanted the why. And my mother she would never talk about it. I ain't giving you no why. I ain't got to give you a why. So she never gave me a why. So I had a problem with that. And I just had to learn how to grow up. But I was still grateful for that experience, because it taught me to be a little bit more open with my kids. Me and my kids talk about everything. I feel like anything that I can know, they ain't never been too young or too old for me to tell them. Because at the end of the day, you're teaching them how to be grown people. Right. So anything that I learned, I taught them. Now, I may have taught them on another level. If they were younger, I taught them on the younger kid level. And as they get older, then we still kind of socialize on that level. But it's still a fine line, because I didn't have to check to Shaw. That joker right there got an attitude. Like, I fight kids. I'm just telling you. You got one more time to come out your mouth, bruh, and I'm telling you, it's on. I'm punching you in your mouth, because they boys at the end of the day. So it's a fine line with him. Period. Just with him.
Like I say, you really got to know your child, though. You got to learn your child. It's something like you were saying. Exactly. You had all the freedom in the world, but you still didn't steer that way. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. That's kind of the same way. I mean, with my mama, she was stern on me. Yeah. But I go to my grandma's house, I could do what I wanted to. Mm-hmm. So just so happened I was around a bunch of dudes that my homeboys that we was all on the same page. We played sport. And we didn't really want to get in no big trouble. Yeah. We did, we hung out and it was Tonya. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we had all the opportunity to do so. So at the end of the day, that's just what it was. Like I say, if you got to know your children, you got to know what they're capable of, because you can't give your child that's very immature that much. You can't be that friend. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You can't let them.
Absolutely.
You can't ask them questions. You got to guide them.
Exactly.
I mean, just plain and simple. Mm-hmm. I got a prime example of 3 kids that got that way. I can't tell my
they
son.
notice the difference.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't make my son do it, but I could tell my oldest daughter, and she gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's just.
But then your son hid, because my kids do that. They be like, "Well, why you told Tashad that?"
Oh yeah.
Don't ask me why. That's when you got to do the parent. I don't give a darn what I told Tashad. I told you not to do it, and I told him that because all y'all are all different.
Yeah, you
know,
got
so don't question my parents. Yeah, so I try to do it behind the scenes because you do realize that the kids see it. But at the end of the day, when they see it, I don't give a darn how you feel about it.
Right.
Y'all ain't the same. At the end of the day, shut up, fall back.
Yeah.
What you say, Tosh? Somebody got something to say?
We have a lot of viewers online tonight.
Hi, viewers.
So going back earlier, because you guys were talking, I didn't say anything. Laura had commented where, she would chop a kid in the throat.
Yes.
When they become an adult, she still demand the same respect.
Absolutely.
Coming over here. And then Keisha also made a comment saying that it's confusing to them damn kids.
Yeah,
that's why you have to slap them in the mouth.
Absolutely.
That part.
Absolutely.
So the comments may not go right with what y'all were saying right now, but the comments are still coming in. And then we have another one says, this is a long one. Parenting is more than 2 spectrums of discipline and friendship. A good parent builds the relationships of the child, understanding that a parent loves them enough to show the right and wrong, but also love them unconditionally.
Absolutely.
That's a
totally
good one.
agree.
That was from Jaquez. Thank you, Ja.
Thank you.
I did a great job.
I'll have another comment again from Keisha was saying that some parents smoke and drink with their kids, let them cuss, have sex in the house. They rather them to do it in the house than in the streets.
Yeah, I heard that.
So you heard that before.
Got everybody who's different. We ain't imposing.
But I
ain't
don't
trying to
agree with
badmouth.
I mean, everybody have their own opinion. Like Monique said, she don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I'm not a fan. Like, I honestly want my children to, like, my daughter, her mom is very strict. I'm a little different, my oldest one, and she was just like, see, y'all won't let me go to a concert. I was like, no, that's your mom, you know what I'm saying? Because me, I done learned that I want to see what type of people you finna bring home. I want to see what type of people you finna hang with. I'm finna see, because you might hang with somebody and you may not see it. And we done been there. Like I said, I might sit back and try to, tell you. So I just want to know, that's how you learn your children. You got to see let them go out and do what they do. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. They may not know, and I'm not going to sit back and act like I'm trying to be on this, but I may just see what you choose to go say. This is my friend.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what I like. This is what it is. So but I don't have that luxury because all my kids don't stay with me.
Okay.
They're with their mom. So
yeah, I think you can set a boundary because I don't sit around and drink with my kids, but I definitely had a drink with my grown kids. Like when my daughter turned 21. It's a certain type of excitement that they get. And it all depends on your relationship. I don't care about what nobody got to say about me. But at the end of the day, when I took my daughter to the Green Parrot to go have a drink. And I wanted to see what she ordered. I wanted to see what she was going to drink. So well, what you gonna order? Because clearly, them jokers done been drinking before they hit 21. They just got legally. Yeah. This heifer ordered Hennessy on the rocks. You ain't gonna put no chase in there? Like, what the heck you done been drinking?
No, she been drinking.
I don't even drink that.
Without no chase.
Right, but it's all for me, it's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't sitting out here, you ain't finna be because I think that you can teach them boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not loose. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta teach them certain things.
So you're not stopping parent. That's the thing about it. Just because they get a certain age, you're still parenting.
Absolutely.
So now you get to that point where because they don't need your consent to do anything.
Exactly. Right.
So now if you go up there and say, okay, well, let me see what you're doing. I'm finna see, you might see your daughter steady, throwing them back. Now it's like, well, now I got to start checking on you.
Exactly.
When you go hang out, I got to do it.
Because you can tell them don't do it, but at the end of the day, my daughter don't live there. So you know what I'm saying? I think you have to be a little bit more wise with it. It's not more or less. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Once they get to a certain age, once they get into adulthood, they feel like, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell me this no more. Like you still want me to be your mom, but you want me to be your mom when it's convenient.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I got a problem with what you're doing, and if I voice that, then you know what I'm saying, I don't want you to be my mama. Then I'm grown. I'm grown.
Exactly.
But,
I agree.
you know what I'm saying? But when it's something that they know, you know what I'm saying, they might take heed to or whatever. Then okay, you can still be mama. So it's a battle even when they're adults.
I agree, and I've noticed that, and I try to at least I pay attention. I'll say that I pay attention because I realized that there was a curve once they got grown, and you have to make a decision. Do you really still want to be a vital part of their life, or do you or you not?
Right.
Because I don't want them to feel like they got to withdraw now that you grown, and I'm still trying to be like, you can't do this, and you can't go there, you shouldn't do this.
But if that's what they choose to do, you can't stop being a mama because
that's not what I said at the end of the day, because they're still grown at the end of the day is what I'm telling you. Because I done did a lot of stuff that I felt like was right. My kids and did some junk, and I'm like, how? You can look at my kids' history and you be like, how that it wasn't even matching. Like, how is that your mama and that's your kid? Like, literally, like some of the stuff that they done when you realize that you done sacrificed so much junk to prevent them from going a certain way, and they still go a certain way is what I'm saying. I had to take a seat back and look at it totally different, because you got to change it up. Because obviously that which I thought was right, it ain't keeping them jokers out the street. So I feel, for me, I had to change up some things, and I'm grateful that the Lord opened my eyes to only me, that He showed me that way, because now they're able to come to me about anything. We got a better relationship now that they're grown.
Well, you're gonna always be the one that parent. I don't care how it go down or whatever. The parents gonna always be the one to clean what you had going up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They could sit back and say, yeah, I'm grown at 21, but at the same time, it's like
still to clean up, man.
Exactly. It's gonna be stuff because you still don't know no better. You going out there just jumping out there. Like me personally, like I think I don't want to send my children out at the, even though they turn 21. I don't even want you leaving out. I don't want you moving out because from what I know, before,
what the world is.
I just want to put you, set you in, like, have good credit, or whatever, have you a nice little career. I mean, it's fairy tale-ish, but at the end of the day,
it's the truth. I made a post.
It's fairy tale-ish because everybody ain't going that direction.
You need to teach your kids. You need to teach your kids what you didn't know and stop trying to give them what you didn't have.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's exactly
that's
what I'm
beautiful.
saying. Yeah.
I like that.
Now, I was going to ask, are you raising your kids similar to how you were raised? So, I mean, teaching them.
It's a give or take, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Don't you take the good.
There's a lot of lessons that I do instill in mine.
Hold on, no. But you won't have you hold it. I'm gonna let her say it. But nobody has nothing that they're taking from.
I do. I shouldn't say it, but I think I'm more so like I'm ad-libbing. I'm putting more onto it. Because I can't sit back and say I'm not, because I got everything that's going on from because my mama was just, stern. Like I said again, she didn't. I mean, I ain't want for nothing. I didn't do nothing. She stayed on top of it. Only thing different is now when she tell it, like she was tell me no, I explain it. That's exactly
what I do.
That's the only thing. Like my mama used to tell, like,
and I make it comfortable for them to be able to come to me because with my mom, I wasn't comfortable. I'm not taking anything away from her. I know she loved me, with all of her.
You gotta take something away from her to tell your truth.
This is my truth, and I'm telling my truth. This is how she was. She was very stern. And I couldn't come to her, and I didn't understand, like, a lot of the reasons why she would tell me no. So with my kids now, I definitely have made an open forum so that I can explain to them, no, this is why I said no. This is why, yes, you can go. This is why, no, you can't go. Or this is why you can't do this. And,
I would love to hear how a kid, because you know how you had it. Yeah. So you decided to do it differently. But is it good for the kid? So we have some kids in the audience, so I really want to ask their opinion on that, but we also have somebody else in the audience who has something to say.
So my question is, and I would love to hear the male perspective, is it easier for you to be, going back to the open forum or the openness with your children, do you find it easier to be open as females with your daughters or a male to your son? Do you find it easier to be open to the same sex of children?
Well, for me, I have girls and boys. And it was easier for me with my daughters as opposed to my son, because I think sons look at their mom, in a completely different way than daughters look at them my daughters look at me as, I want to be like her. My son don't look at me like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was different for me with my son. But as for a father,
yeah, like it's totally different. I mean, you know, your daughter's gonna look at you basically like just today we was talking about a bomb shelter. I was like, if the world blow up, you gonna do this. So she was talking about, my oldest was just saying, well, can I come to your bomb shelter when, you know what I'm saying, if the world blow up? Because then she telling my other daughter, well, I'm just going to go over there for protection. You see what I'm saying? So, but when it comes to my son, me and my son, we talk on a different level, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm teaching him. I'm doing it because, like, again, they got mama, so I can't really overstep that boundary, you know what I'm saying? They mom doing a great job. So, you know what I'm saying? I let them do that, but they come to me as they come for me protection. They come as this. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that or whatever. But when it come to my son, me and him, no holds barred. It's like I let him know. I ain't holding back because that's my job. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it to me it's different. You know, completely different. Like I said, I don't have to. I could raise my voice at my daughters, and I mean that's a done deal. My son is a deal. I done had to, like I say,
take a little more.
Yeah. So I'd have had to go that extra mile. So that's
I have boys and girls as well, and it's gonna always be different.
Yeah.
But I still have I don't think it's easier for me to deal with my daughter than it is for me to deal with my sons, because I have me and all my kids are very open with each other, so I'm able to talk to them, because you got to meet them wherever they are, and all of them are definitely different. And as far as to them wanting to be like me, what I teach my kids is character first. I teach them about God and character first. So I ain't talking about no physique, no nothing. You know, certain things that they would be looking to be like you for. I try to keep them away from stupid junk, like junk that don't really matter. So my sons do look at me and want to have a character like me, or, you know what I'm saying, certain spiritual aspects about me. And that's my daughter as well. So it's no different for me.
Well, I had a comment on that same note. I have 3 daughters, and I have a stepson. So it was like when my stepson would be getting into trouble or something, it was basically me talking to him and explaining, making him make his own choices. Whereas my daughters, I had to be a little more stern, pull the reins a little harder, because I'm a woman, so I know what they should and should not be doing. So things when they wanted to do things and wanted to go, and no, you ain't going out there. She was a follower, so no, you can't do this, you can't do that. This is why. However, you can't go out there with them, but they can come in here with you.
Exactly. Yeah,
so
because you got to follow.
Exactly, I can watch.
And that's, like he said, you got to know your kids.
Exactly.
You know if you have a follower,
That's
or you know you got a
Precious.
leader.
Exactly.
That's good.
So I had to bring them in with me, and so they
Yeah.
followed her lead because they were here under supervision where they wasn't getting that at where they were.
Yeah.
It's so good that you even bring that up, because I think everybody got a little bit of following and leading.
I mean,
but some of people are just you just got some born leaders in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's good because I ain't gonna point out which one is the follower, but you have a follower, and I had to, you have to hone in on their strong suits.
Right.
And I ain't gonna say I forced them, but I like I heighten that sense, and I make them be leaders from that direction. So I don't even focus on the your other issue, because I'm just like, no, we gonna heighten that, so that way, because I tell them all they're leaders, but you may not be a leader in this aspect, and somebody else may be a leader, but you still your own leader. Walk in your own lane. I tell them to alwaalways walk in that, because I don't like when you try to be everybody else. Yeah, be yourself.
Yeah.
I wanted to get an aspect from the teenagers, if they were comfortable enough to talk, when Keona had mentioned, like the difference between her, like her relationship that she had with her mom, and now that what she has with her daughter. We just so happen to have her daughter in the audience, and I wanted to know if it was, hey, that's my God, baby. So I wanted to know what Janasia had to say on that. You remember what she said, or do I need to kind of bring it back to your remembrance? Okay.
Bring it back.
Oh, cause you're so extra smarty pants. You're so smart too. But I wanted to know how you felt. Like, do you feel like you can go to your mom about anything, or would there be something else that you would think you can add there on too to kind of better the relationship with your mom or take away from? Because, you know, sometimes we can be a little extra and sometimes we may not be doing enough. So do you feel like decision that she decided to go with her parenting is befitting for you?
Yes, I do. I think it is befitting for me. It's like it balances out everything. Yeah. Like when she tell me no, she'll give me a reason. She explains everything. I'll be like, okay, I see. You watch Lifetime. I get it.
I can't stand you.
And then be like, it's crazy people. I'll be like, okay, mommy, I understand. And then when she be like, yeah, you go. I trust you, Nay. I'll be like, okay, thank you. And I go.
You're just a good
She just
kid,
balances
Nay.
it out. I understand what she be doing. I love her parenting. I love my mama.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I love you
That's
too.
Is there anything that you would do?
Do you have something that you wanted to say?
Nay,
What?
is there anything that you would do different with your kids though?
Yeah. Would you add something to or take away something?
No. I love her parenting. I'll do the same thing with my kids. She's teaching
That's
me
good.
great. I'll
That's
do the
what's
same
up.
thing.
That's what's up. Good job, Keona.
High five.
Give me some. Look,
You sure you ain't threatened her beforehand, though, did you?
No, because she didn't even know she was going to be talking. She didn't know.
Yeah, I feel you though.
Yeah.
My daughter the same way. My oldest,
But she's
like
very
14.
humble. I don't have to worry.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about, you know, anything when it comes to her. But I definitely, with her and my youngest daughter, I definitely take the time.
Where
We sit
that
in the
boy done
bed.
went?
We talk about things.
'Cause I
You know,
wanted to
I
get his
open up with
opinion
her.
on
I
something.
let her know. You know what I'm saying? When she be like, "Oh, I'm going to a friend's house. Oh, I need the address. I need the telephone
That's
number.
good,
I
yeah,
need the parent name."
yeah.
She text me
Yeah.
everything there is because there is so much going on in this world.
Absolutely.
I need to know everything. I need to know what color they.
Not that's going to necessarily prevent
I mean,
anything,
it's
but
not gonna prevent
but that's
anything,
what
but
you
I
do.
need- Yeah,
It's just
exactly. And I don't
parenting.
even
It's a
know. And I
natural
don't even
instinct.
know their parents. So I mean, I need
Yeah,
to
I
know
don't
that
let my
additional
kids stay the night
information.
nowhere. If you ain't going to family
and you-
house, you ain't going nowhere. They
But
come
you,
here.
I let her go because my mom was like,
Shabba.
But see,
Nowhere.
nowadays you
Period. I
gotta
couldn't go.
nowadays you gotta overparent, and it's not
Yeah.
the fact you really, and it's because of it's totally different.
Different,
times.
yeah.
It's
It really
totally
is.
different. You
Yes.
got
And
stuff
that's
that
why
you
I go
got.
above and beyond to
Man,
get
you got-
all contact.
How you gonna
You got
molest
number
another
one,
kid
social
that come in your
media.
house?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
come on, man.
sex
No, you
trafficking,
come
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like it's like you really I had
Oh
to
my
learn
gosh,
that.
really,
you know what I'm saying?
Monique, for real, because they really do got that girl. Now you
Yeah.
done brought it. It's crazy.
It's a lot of
Like
stuff.
that's why I be wanting to keep
Sex
my kids in
trafficking.
the house.
Yeah.
Sex trafficking.
Like
all
even
that
with the
stuff.
jobs, when you go and get, I be like, what you girl? Like it was so fishy about how you felt this job interview. I was like, you ain't going to that job
And
interview.
it's bad though. It's
Yeah,
like that.
it
You know what I'm
is. You
saying?
definitely
It's-
have to
it's-
have your antennas
Don't
up.
worry, I give you. So I
Your
put some money in your
parents'
pocket. Go
antennas up.
find another job interview
Yeah.
because we ain't doing that one.
And it's really it's like with mine. I mean, my kids asked me could they walk up to the Jackson store. I used to walk up to the Jackson store left and right.
What?
But it's totally different now.
Totally
I can't- You know what I'm
different.
saying? And like I'm really, thinking about. Well, I'm trying to be like, okay, let them go,
Yeah.
and not really worry.
It
But
is
shoot, I'm
No.
like, man,
Unfortunately, you can't, and it ain't so much that you don't want them to go.
Yeah.
You just realize what it is.
Yeah.
And it's a no.
And it's hard for them to realize
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
they ain't been there and we done
Exactly.
been there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, like you say, we don't seen different times where you could do it, and so now it's like I say, not everybody got calls, everybody.
Yeah.
So, and I done seen so many people. It ain't even just to the point where I'm thinking of nothing crazy. I'm just more so like you got a 16-year-old driving up and down the thing. My son run up out, just so happened they ain't thinking. Walk out the road and get hit. That's more so anything,
Yeah.
so.
'Cause you can't control it.
Yeah, it's very, I get paranoid with a lot of the stuff, so.
Me too, and I just think that's just a part of parenting. Cause cause we can be a little extra. Cause I'm sure.
I mean, you should though. Like I say, you should overparent because you got to know your children.
Yeah, because my kids backed up at some point, and then I teach my kids. Like I talk to my kids kind of about everything. We're headstrong spiritually before anything else. And I remember when my kids had got into some real serious trouble, and I think out of all of the years that I had the kids, oh my God, I thought I was gonna die when you feel like you can't
Control the
Oh, my
situation is
God.
no
Oh, my
longer in your
God.
hand. Yeah.
Lord Jesus, I thought I was literally gonna die, and my kids was like, they had to remind me of some of the stuff that I told them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these jokers right here smiling like their life ain't on the line. And I'm right here hard. They can't go to work. I'm phone call after phone call. We paying a lawyer. I mean, oh my. And they just right here living free. Like it wasn't. And at the end of the day, I really believe that you should be like that when you trust something. Now, if you ain't got nothing to stand on, by all means, you ain't got no business right here smiling.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when they told me the leg that they were standing on, it taught me something. You know, I'm not too old to learn from anybody.
Man, you gotta learn. Like I say, you can learn from every situation.
And I make sure I tell my kids, like when it's something that they say it makes sense, I make it an effort that they know.
Yeah.
That I'm learning from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you the kid and we so used to using that authority against them. No, I heard you. Give me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I make it a
finishing comments.
We're wrapping up?
We're wrapping up.
Okay.
You
know what time you been?
Okay, let me wrap that shit
pulling
up.
cords.
Hey.
So anyway, we want to thank our studio guests for coming and supporting us as usual. I'm sorry. We want to thank our online viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in, and always we love the support. We love the comments. If we miss your comments, we will go back later and reply to your comments.
Yes.
We definitely want to give a shout out and a special thank you to our guest,
Eddie.
I appreciate that. This was a good one though. I ain't gonna lie. I like that because I ain't even recognize that we was done. So I wanted to keep going. I ain't gonna lie.
It really did be like that.
Yeah.
Well, look, wrap it up.
Pull the plug.
Right.
45 minutes. Because we tell her 45 minutes, and that's, you know what I'm saying? Because
but I wanted to
people only tune in for a certain amount of time and be listening.
But this is a good topic that a lot of people need to, you know what I'm saying? Because you got people that they just there. I mean, it's a lot. I'm just
and you made a good point, not to turn that point now, because some parents are just there.
Yeah, they
ain't doing the darn thing.
Yeah.
They just there.
And I feel, but I wanted to take this time to, and you probably don't need it, but because it's not always present. I ain't finna cry. Really, Mo?
You talking about I said wrap it up. Now you taking long.
No, you're so extra. No, I'm telling Eddie that we really appreciate your you being an active father, because we realize that regardless of how many active fathers and non-active fathers are out there, I still feel like everybody is important. But at the end of the day, an active father, we appreciative, because when y'all ain't active, that means we got to be that much more active. And we thought about you, bro. Which means that you're seen.
Yeah.
And we real deal appreciate you from a mother to a dad.
Yeah. And I appreciate that, because that when you called me, when you talked to me, I'm talking about I really thought about that. You know what I'm saying?
That lets you know that it's going unseen. I mean, we do see it. It's not unseen.
That was one of the things I've always pride myself on. My bad.
Hold on,
Tosh. Look, you're good.
My pride myself, like I said, I always said, you know, I didn't care how I looked to the streets, as long as I looked a certain way to my kids. I gave that up. I look a certain way to them, but I don't look a certain way to here. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the biggest things. So I'm glad that's noticed. You feel what I'm saying?
You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Absolutely. And we appreciate it. We appreciate it. For real. Did anybody have any last minute comments out there?
Even though he done snuck out of here, I wanted to let him know he's doing an excellent job as
Exactly.
well.
And that's Mo brother, Twan. Excellent dad. Excellent, hands down. As a matter of fact, shout out to all active dads.
Active dads.
It's a lot.
It's necessary. It's needed. It's needed.
It is.
Absolutely.
And we recognize y'all.
We see y'all out there. We see y'all, and we look. We can't have everybody on the show. We can have all y'all jokers on the show, then we would, but we can't. But at the end of the day, we still got something coming up for the men, so we gonna need to do a collab with y'all. But anywho, we thank y'all for coming out.
Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at
Spoken with Purpose 3, the number 3.
And like our page on Facebook.
Yes.
Spoken with Purpose.
And go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Spoken with Purpose podcast.
Exactly. And as far as the Facebook, a lot of people think that they're following, but they're not. So make sure that you click any link that you see Spoken with Purpose, or even just type it in your search bar and go to Spoken with Purpose, and make sure that you either hit follow or like. But we love you guys. Smooth.
One more thing. Hey,
Hold on.
y'all look out for Sons the King mentorship program that's coming out soon.
We'll share it on our
Sons
page
the
just in
King.
case y'all don't know. So send us something and we got you.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Yeah.